Baby, registration are open. Go to AntiguaUniversalSkincare.com.
All right, Antigua, time to glow and grow.
Antigua, the future of beauty education is here. The Universal Skincare Institute, located in St. Paul's, is now enrolling students in our 1,000-hour core curriculum. This is not your typical beauty school. At Universal Skincare Institute, students learn real skincare science, ingredient knowledge, formulation, and modern skincare innovation designed for today's global beauty industry. If you're passionate about skincare or looking to start a career in beauty, this is your opportunity. Registrations are now open. Visit antigua.universalskincareinstitute.com and enroll today.
93.5 WTP.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Endgame Sports Show. Now, history. This is the first time in the history of the Endgame Sports Show is happening on a Tuesday. Now, normally we do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but as of yesterday, we switched to a 5-day program awaiting a co-host because the co-host done tell me, hey, we have a deal. But today, well, I was planning my show and then Argentina scored 3 goals and just throw the plan out the window. Yeah, come done plan for the loss and then say this and then say that. However, the Endgame Sports Show today, for the past few days, weeks, we've been speaking about the Antigua and Barbuda, the WTP Media Network, Antigua and Barbuda Softball Cricket Association's leagues, and right now we're speaking about the T20 League. I got a nice note today. And today is also, if you don't know, yeah, this is for the people that don't know. If you don't know, today is observed as Black Woman in Sports Day. So I called Spliff and I said, hey, I don't really want to talk to you today now. I don't want to talk to none of the guy players. I called for what is going to be the biggest game of the season in the T20 competition tomorrow when the Alzari and Sharon Joseph, North Seals Antigua female flyers take on Wayne's Electrical Services survivors. And joining me on the phone lines are 2 people that, you know, as when they hear me talk about softball cricket, there's no question I talk about these 2 people. One of them, call her mother, sometimes call she auntie, sometimes call she friend, call everything. Miss Diane Anthony, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to the listening public. Good afternoon to Adrian. I'm Kimberly.
And joining me as well is a person who, again, very talented. And I can say, you know, when we were all younger, saw the talent from saw the talent. She's been around this softball thing so long that you can call her a veteran at only what 21. Happy belated birthday because yesterday was her birthday. But at 21, you can call her a veteran. Good afternoon, Kimberly.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Anthony.
No, we're here. Big game tomorrow. Kimberly, straight off the bat, you are one of the players that are expected to star in tomorrow's showing. I said to your father yesterday that Kimberly is the type of player that if you leave her in the middle for too long, she's definitely going to have a big score and hurt the team. Now, going into a game like this tomorrow, Kimberly, yes, we already know that both teams would have already qualified for the playoffs, but I think momentum matters. And how how do you prepare yourself for this game tomorrow against Flyers?
Well, first, I have to say that my team have to make sure they come with a positive mindset towards the game. And for my, I have to do on the board to make my team start, and we should be good from.
Diane, on the other hand, obviously was pretty boy. Yeah, Diane could play cricket now. Me not even live tell nobody like. But now, Diane, your girls are going into a game against a team who, at this time, I can call them a rival team. There's no question about it. What would you say the group chat? What was the energy in the group chat, the practices going into this game?
Okay, the girls we practice hard. Okay, we're practicing going into the game. I always tell them to treat the game just like another game, because if you're going into a game and saying it's a decide, well, it's practically a decider to see who will top the group. Understand, between us, because it's first and second playing against each other. They haven't lost a game, and so have we haven't lost a game either. But going into the game, it's about team sports. You have to play as a team. We have to go in there with purpose, and we also have to go in there with a plan. If we're just going to go in there all the time and just play cricket like that, we're always going to come either below the winner or not getting the results that we want. So we're just hoping to go in there unified and playing, practicing hard after practicing hard every week. If you pass down by Irene B School, you'll see the team there practicing. Not, I haven't played cricket for a while now because of an injury
Yeah,
that I was cautioned not to. Yeah, I was cautioned not to rest it. It was supposed to be in a soft cast, but I am who you call the motivator, the influence of the team, pushing them on, being the one to let them know what they're doing, what they need to be doing, and just encouraging them. So it's just all about team sport for us going in tomorrow night.
and I'm happy that you mentioned that it is all about the team sport because there is no secret that everyone comes out against your team looking at first player everybody look for Makeda. Everybody thinks that once we get her, we have the best chance of winning. How false is that? Knowing that you see your girls every day, see your women every day, and you know your roster.
Okay, we have Therese so far coming up. You know that Therese would have played for Leeward
Leeward
Islands.
Islands.
Yeah, she's coming into her own with the bat. The difference between Therese and Makeda, Therese is very selective of who she will go after to bring up the score. Makeda watch no face or
Yeah,
no name. If
Makeda
you
afraid
bowl
of
her, she going to want to beat you. And so, um, also we have other players there that when you see them train, sometimes I tell them, listen, I'm not playing with no backyard bully, because if you watch them and watch them hit like Monique or ace bowl, and Makeda is also ace bowl and kid, and hit them convincingly out the park when we're training. And then when you go to game, we don't want to rely on one player. So that's why when my early statement, I said I wanted it to be a team effort, or we're going in as a team effort, not depending on no one, two player. They have to all chip in, especially when you're playing a team like Survivors, because they're the same. At any day, any one of those players can come up big.
Kimberly, you're still with us.
Yeah.
No, as mentioned, I just mentioned I was talking about, we were talking about the impact of Makeda. On your side, your team has impact players that they have shown that, you know, it's very they have shown that they can all take over a game, whether it be you, whether it be Sasha. It doesn't matter who out of your 11 can do it. However, how do you make sure you being one of the youngest, if not the youngest on the team, how do you make sure your team stays grounded and not get overconfident in a game like this?
I would say I'm one of the most extreme because for to leave it at so yeah.
I
It just because of the ball about long Makeda. Yeah, we go.
All right, I think your signal is breaking up for sure because we tried two different platforms. However, I think I heard her say we just have to get Makeda and Therese for sure. So you see that I guess if that is the plan so far, or you really just don't, you're not let go too much for the radio. I understand, but generally, Diane has to make a run because Diane has a very, very important function to attend. And before you go, Diane, we have to thank you because I called you at, if I'm not lying, I called you about an hour ago. And I said, hey, I didn't even call you. I texted you about an hour ago and asked you if you can be on the platform. And you said you have an important thing to do. However, I can take 15 minutes at a time. So definitely the Endgame Sports Show and me, WTP, we all appreciate you for that. So thank you.
Okay, before I go, I just want to invite the softball fraternity tomorrow night to come out and watch. It will be an exciting game. And in the same breath, thank the minister for sponsoring the T20 and look forward to his continued partnership in softball in the coming years.
All
And
right.
thanks, Adrian, for having me. I wish I can stay a bit longer, but as you explained, I really have to
Yes.
go. Yeah.
All right. So there you have it. That was Diane, Anthony, and Kimberly. Oh, wait. Oh, where's Kerio? I'm full of Anthony's here today, man. But generally, I can ask everybody, I go to the games. The games, I've been watching softball cricket since I was, yeah. We came into softball cricket, and especially the team that I was around, Kimberly used to be there, Alzari used to be there, Ajari used to be there, obviously Spliff. And then on the women's side, Flyers is the team that was up in that area too. So, I mean, softball cricket exciting. As they mentioned, the game is tomorrow. The women's game is tomorrow. They definitely do have a men's game tonight. The men's game tonight is a big game. The Rockman Construction Strictly Business versus Buckley's 3J's game. The Marco Inc. Buckley's 3J's game is a important game for sure. So I want to say good luck to the ladies, good luck to them. We're looking forward to the game. But it's 15 minutes after 2, and this is the Endgame Sports Show. We're going to take a break. When we return, boy, I don't know if we call it Messi magic or something, but Argentina. Somebody texted me about, let me tell you how life funny, right? Somebody texted me about 1:38 p.m. and text me, "You're watching?" I asked them, the World Cup or cricket? They replied, murder. 18 minutes after, I text them back LOL, and they text me about programming for tomorrow. Boy, you're locked into the Endgame Sports Show. This is WTP Media Network. We'll be right back.
Last year, we had a party, but this year, we are back for an encore performance.
Are you ready? No.
It's the Long Bay Lager Caribbean Melting Pot. Thursday, July 30th, 8 p.m. sharp. Carnival City comes alive.
Short time in 5, so let we start it.
With the undisputed king of soca, Marshall Montano. Alongside the soca general, Skinny Fabulous. From Grenada, bringing pure jab energy, Muddy. Antigua's reigning soca monarch, Tian Winter. And the carnival baby herself, Tizzy. Straight out of Dominica, Triple K International. Listen out for a heavy supporting cast. This year is the most epic ultimate encore performance. Early bird tickets are only $100. House of Rhythm, $350. Limited offer. Tickets available on the ticketing app and select ticket outlets island-wide. Feel the rhythm of the Caribbean. Catch the encore performance. Let we go!
You're listening to WTP Radio 93.5 FM.
Yeah, your skin looking good. What are you using? I'm getting ready to level up. The Universal Skincare Institute is opening in St. Paul, and they're teaching real skincare science.
Wait, like a beauty school?
Not just a beauty school. 1,000-hour program teaches ingredients, skin science, and how to build your skin career.
That sounds serious. How do I sign up?
Easy. Registration are open. Go to AntiguaUniversalSkincareInstitute.com.
All right, Antigua, time to glow and grow.
Antigua, the future of beauty education is here. The Universal Skincare Institute, located in St. Paul's, is now enrolling students in our 1,000-hour core curriculum. This is not your typical beauty school. At Universal Skincare Institute, students learn real skincare science, ingredient knowledge, formulation, and modern skincare innovation designed for today's global beauty industry. If you're passionate about skincare or looking to start a career in beauty, this is your opportunity. Registrations are now open. Visit antigua.universalskincareinstitute.com and enroll today.
Sunday, August 2nd, one stage, 2 crowns, and non-stop energy. Inet Party Monarch live at Carnival City. From smooth groovy vibes to pure Sheldon power soca. The biggest artists, the maddest performances, the wildest energy, all in one night. Tickets are only $40. Feel the vibes, feel the energy, feel the rhythm.
Welcome to Antigua.
Matter of Fact, a program geared towards discussing the issues, constructive dialogue, answering your questions and concern. Matter of Fact, every Thursday, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. and every Saturday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on WTP Media Network 93.5 with hosts Nambulumbu, Nambulala, and guests. Matter of Fact, discussing issues locally, regionally, and internationally, and how these issues affect you. Matter of Fact. Tune in and listen.
Feel the rhythm, feel the power, feel the culture of Antigua Barbuda. Friday, July 31st, the stage is set for the most powerful voices, the sweetest melodies, and the real spirit of Carnival. It's the Cavalier Rum Calypso Monarch Finals live at Carnival City. Will the reigning Calypso Monarch be defending her crown?
The harder they shake, the harder I coming back.
One stage, one microphone, one crown. Who will rise? Who will conquer the Calypso throne? Tickets only $40. Friday, July 31st. It's the Cavalier Rum Calypso Monarch Finals, Carnival City.
Hi,
Hi, this is Sly the Chief Rockin' J. Join me every morning, Monday to Friday from 7 o'clock on WTP FM 93.5. Your mornings will never sound like this again.
Today and every Tuesday, enjoy a special discount just for you at Caribbean Cinemas. Bring your friends, family, or treat yourself to the best movies experience at a great value. Because Tuesdays are for movie lovers. Don't miss out. For movies and schedules, visit CaribbeanCinemas.com. See you at the movies.
Hi there, I am DJ Governor Slim, inviting you to join me for your Nighttime Groove Mondays through Thursdays from 10 p.m. until 1 a.m. and on Saturdays for your weekend mashup from 1 until 3 on WTP Media Network 93.5 to the world at www.wtpantigua.com.
For 49 years, State Insurance has been more than a promise. It's been a partnership you can rely on, supporting you as you build, operate, and grow your business, allowing you to focus on what matters most. And as you go about your daily routine, State is right there with you. State Insurance Company Limited. 49 years of protection and partnership, so you can live in a better state of mind.
Raise your flag high. This kind of a time. You feel it? I feel it. Feel the rhythm now.
You feel it? The Caribbean's greatest summer festival is here. Bigger, louder, and sweeter than ever. Feel the rhythm from July 25th to August 4th, 2026. Feel the rhythm. Feel the rhythm of mass. Feel the rhythm of music. Feel the rhythm of our culture. Experience non-stop vibes, unforgettable moments, epic fests, and the energy that only Antigua Carnival can deliver. Mark your calendars now and don't miss a single show, a single fete, or a single jam. Stay connected and follow the rhythm. Facebook at Antigua Carnival. Instagram at Antigua Festival Official. Antigua Carnival 2026, July 25th to August 4th, 2026. Come feel the rhythm. Sunday, August 2nd, one stage, two crowns, and non-stop energy. Inet Party Monarch live at Carnival City. From smooth groovy vibes to pure shell-down power soca. The biggest artists, the maddest performances, the wildest energy, all in one night. Tickets are only $40. Feel the vibes, feel the energy, feel the rhythm.
Love carnival was so badly. Can't get enough. Welcome to Antigua Mass.
This is WTP Radio, 93.5 FM, coming to you from the biggest village in Little Antigua.
Joseph, and you're listening to the Endgame Sports Show. Being a black woman dominating in sports means showing that excellence has no limits. It's about breaking barriers, inspiring the next generation, and proving that my hard work, resilience, and talent deserves to be recognized.
Hi, I am Ambassador Melissa Seaford, and you're listening to the Endgame Show. Being a black woman in sports means more than just representation of myself. It's breaking barriers, challenging stereotypes, and showing the next generation that excellence has no limits.
So, in the midst of us going through something, this is the Endgame Sports Show, obviously. If anyone has been following the Endgame from day one, you know the one thing that we always salute is women's sports, whether it be the WNBA, women's athletics, just generally any women's sport. And you know, we always have a lot good to say about these sports. Always have our athletes. You know, anybody that ever listened to me talk about West Indies cricket, you know who right now I think is the best West Indian cricketer. Definitely Haley. I mean, she had a struggle in the World Cup the other day. However, today taking the time out to celebrate Black women in sports. National Black Women in Sports Day. First, obviously, you know, it's for generations, Black women have competed against more than just opponents. You know, they've challenged discrimination, they've broken barriers, shattered stereotypes for sure, and they've redefined what excellence looks like. In most sports, first of all, they've inspired millions, not only through the victories or through championships, but through courage, through determination, and generally, you're watching Wimbledon right now. There's one word that you have to associate with women in tennis and women in sports is grace. Now, across the world, you have, when it comes to women in sports, we think about all the women in sports. But then when you dive deep, you realize, hey, Black women in sports. Every champion basically stands on the shoulder of somebody who came before them. So for the Shelley and Fraser Prices, the Elaine Thompsons, the Alison Felixes, the Candice Parkers, those great women in sports, before endorsement deals and global recognition, Black women have competed in environments where the opportunities were very limited, and equality was pretty much far from reality. Starting off with the first Black woman to win an Olympic gold medal, Alice Coachman. She won the high jump despite growing up during segregation and often training without proper facilities. Her victory wasn't simply about athletics. As I mentioned, in 1948, she won that medal. It just showed that the talent cannot be limited by prejudice. So then Althea Gibson is the next name that you should know. Before tennis welcomed diversity, she became the first Black player to win Wimbledon and the U.S. national championships. She changed the face of tennis forever and paved the way for the future champions. Then, Wilma Rudolph. Remember, nobody really know who Wilma Rudolph is. Well, she became the fastest woman in the world and won 3 Olympic gold medals in Rome in 1960. Generally, those are 3 names that come to you from the top when you think about the pioneers outside. The pioneers outside. Then in our lovely country of Antigua and Barbuda, the first name that comes to my head when I think about women in sports, Black women in sports, it has always been the great sprint queen in Heather Samuel Daly. I think that obviously she would have been a person that we remember. My generation would know her because of her coaching and all that. She started off in the Curfew Games, winning, remember her medal in 1989. And for those who don't know, remember her medal that she was cheated out of. Okay, remember that medal? That story that she gave us as well. You have the likes of the Jocelyn Josephs, and we have the Sonia Williams, we have so much that we can go back to. But once again, black women in sports, it's now the stardom of they're growing as superstars now. In most sports, you look as somebody that can be classed as the greatest athlete of all time. And when I say greatest, I mean not only women, but she can be classed as the greatest athlete of all time. And it's a black woman, Serena Williams. She's one of the greatest athletes in history. Not only tennis, as I mentioned, one of the greatest athletes. She has multiple Grand Slams, Olympic gold medals, and her influence has reached far beyond sports. The other day she came back, and the world was watching Wimbledon again fully. Simone Biles, widely regarded as one of the greatest gymnasts ever, black woman. Sha'Carri Richardson, you know, she once again not only her speed, but she came with an undeniable confidence. And then you would have Allyson Felix, who is the most decorated American track and field athlete. She also fought for one thing that was very important: better maternity protections for women athletes. She helped reshape the policies that support mothers in professional sports. You have the Candice Parkers and Lisa Leslie's. They redefined how women's basketball looked. Maya Moore. Maya Moore was so good that Maya Moore did her thing and then retired and became a pastor. Black woman in sports. Akila Hillhouse in Antigua. Great athlete, great footballer. Then she transitioned into the office of football. And when I say office, I don't mean obviously the ABFA, but generally the business side. Georgetta Lewis, to this day. Well, she just had a young one the other day, but just recently before that, still playing. The Karen Warners, they become coaches after representing Antigua so well. Antigua right now has a young superstar in Shawnisha Hector, who's represented the Leeward Islands and is representing West Indies. Just represented West Indies at the ICC Women's T20 competition. As I mentioned, Hayley Matthews, who I widely regard as the best cricketer in the region right now, both male and female, you could say that she's second to Shai Hope. Greatness. You heard us talk about on softball cricket, Makeda, Sasha. Those are names that you may not know them if you don't follow the sport, but when you follow the sport, you will realize how powerful these women are in these sports. And then, obviously, Caribbean excellence. We have many Caribbean superstars. You can start with the sprint royalty of the Marlene Otleys, Shelley and Fraser Prices, Elaine Thompson Hera, Sherika Jackson, Julian Alfred. You can start there. And that's just outside of the country because, you know, inside we have Joella Lloyd, we have now Jaylene Dowdy, who is showing that show the other day at the OECS Championships that, you know, she can do her thing. You have the woman from the Bahamas in Pauline Davies, in Mila Uibo, sorry. When I was younger, you saw Michelle Lee Aye from Trinidad. As I mentioned, in Barbados, top. So it is no question. We saw even the other day the rise of Athea Lafan, a rise of a Shafiqua Maloney. Those would have been two medalists from the medalists from their countries in Olympic history. So again, black women in sports, something to be celebrated. Happy that the barriers have been not even extended, broken. Yes, there's still some drawbacks. Happy to see the other day that the women are getting paid in the WNBA. Definitely happy to see something like that. You see at the top of the list, Asia Wilson, a black woman, is the highest paid player in the WNBA. So that's something that is good. You have Nafisa Collier, second highest paid player in the league. So it is great. It is great to see that. It is great to see that. The third highest player in the league is Kelsey Mitchell. So the top 3 players in the WNBA are all black women. That is a great look. That itself is an amazing look. When you look at general in the world, the top paid woman in the world of sports is Coco Gauff, black woman. Off the field, 25 mil. Total earnings, 33 mil. So when you see things like that, you have to understand that they've come a long way, and it's a great thing. You know, you're locked into the Endgame Sports Show. My name is Adrian Constant. We're going to take a break. When we return, I'll go over some World Cup football. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Sly the Chief Rockin' J. Join me every morning, Monday to Friday from 7 o'clock on WTP FM 93.5. Your mornings will never sound like this again.
Today and every Tuesday, enjoy a special discount just for you at Caribbean Cinemas. Bring your friends, family, or treat yourself to the best movies experience at a great value. Because Tuesdays are for movie lovers. Don't miss out. For movies and schedules, visit CaribbeanCinemas.com. See you at the movies.
Hi there, I am DJ Governor Slim, inviting you to join me for your nighttime groove Mondays through Thursdays from 10 p.m. until 1 a.m. and on Saturdays for your weekend mashup from 1 until 3 on WTP Media Network 93.5 to the world at www.wtpantigua.com.
For 49 years, state insurance has been more than a promise. It's been a partnership you can rely on, supporting you as you build, operate, and grow your business, allowing you to focus on what matters most. And as you go about your daily routine, State is right there with you. State Insurance Company Limited. 49 years of protection and partnership, so you can live in a better state of mind.
Antigua, raise your flag high. It's carnival time. You feel it? I feel it. Feel the rhythm now.
You feel it? The Caribbean's greatest summer festival is here. Bigger, louder, and sweeter than ever. Feel the rhythm from July 25th to August 4th, 2026. Feel the rhythm. Feel the rhythm of mass. Feel the rhythm of music. Feel the rhythm of our culture. Experience non-stop vibes, unforgettable moments, epic fests, and the energy that only Antigua Carnival can deliver. Mark your calendars now and don't miss a single show, a single fete, or a single jam. Stay connected and follow the rhythm. Facebook at Antigua Carnival. Instagram at Antigua Festival Official. Antigua Carnival 2026, July 25th to August 4th, 2026. Come feel the rhythm. Sunday, August 2nd, one stage, two crowns, and non-stop energy. Inet Party Monarch live at Carnival City. From smooth groovy vibes to pure shell-down power soca. The biggest artists, the maddest performances, the wildest energy, all in one night. Tickets are only $40. Feel the vibes, feel the energy, feel the rhythm.
Love Carnival was so badly. Can't get enough. Welcome to Antigua Mars.
This is WTP Radio, 93.5 FM, coming to you from the biggest village in Little Antigua.
Welcome back to the Endgame Sports Show. My name is Adrian Constant. This is WTP Media Network. So as we speak now, the Antigua and Barbuda men's national team, men's national basketball team made their way down to Guyana as they're getting ready to begin qualifiers to their qualification process to the 2029 FIBA AmeriCup qualification. Squad was selected. I like the team. The final 12 were Kareem Edwards from Cuties Ovals OJs, Jermaine Muff Charles from Lava Smoke Elite Stingers, Alexis Jackson from the Lava Smoke Elite Stingers, Cohen D'Souza from the JC Redhawks, Daniel Azil from the Lava Smoke Elite Stingers, Seth Joseph from the Lava Smoke Elite Stingers, Preston Merrick from Harvard University, Xavier Spencer from Linden Wood University, Jaden Andrew from Emory and Henley College, Tishawn Lewis from the Project, Danny Perez from the Darrell Matthew Otters, and Javante Daly from the Easy Fit Flyers. I like it. I don't see a problem with this team. Honestly don't see a problem. The coaching staff will be, the head coach will be George Hughes, and Bradbury Brown will be the assistant coaches. Bradbury Brown and Cedric David will be the assistant coaches. The player manager will be Christopher Coley. The team operations manager will be Inga Francis. The physiotherapist will be Natricia Mussington. Marlon Charles will be the equipment manager. The head of the delegation will be Via Cornelius. And the public relations media officer, shout out to my girl, big up to Janae Spencer. She will be traveling with the team. So, from the training from the training squad, the biggest surprise here for me would be, and I just saw the notice, so I didn't fully look in. The biggest surprise here for me would have been the exclusion of Adonis. That would be the biggest exclusion here. Former MVP of the Antigua and Barbuda Basketball Association's division. I thought he was injured. He wasn't injured. Just dropped. I didn't know if Jabari. I don't know if Jabari Williams made it into any training squad, into any trainings. So that there is very much. Yeah, so I that would be the only thing that I didn't, but I don't. Okay, so I just got somewhere that Adonis just couldn't make training because of how you work. What we have, I don't have a problem with this squad. I'm looking at it, see God play, see some solid bigs. It's just going. It's just obviously. For me, I maybe. If I'm looking at the team fully, yeah, if I'm looking at this team, how I would, I probably wouldn't take me not like me probably won't take Javante. Is it? Maybe is he energy he do. I think we take Javante with this team. That's just me. I think I would have walked with Steven off of the basis if you do the math. Steven had a solid season. Steven had a solid season. So I think I would have walked with Steven for sure. Steven would have made my 11. Not 11, my squad. Steven would have made my squad for sure. I could have taken Steven ahead of either Javante. I would have taken Steven ahead of Javante. Even could have taken him ahead of Mackie, but I mean Mackie's experience is probably a next reason that you keep him around as well. But I am happy. What I'm happy for is that the coaching staff is one that they saw the fifth guy there, Daniel Azil. They saw what they saw there with him in the roster is just the hard work. Daniel, me can put it on the line. Once you play once you get good minutes down there, once you get good minutes at the tournament, he is going to be a rebounding force down there. Our first game will be tomorrow against Bermuda at 5:30. Then we play Guyana on the night at 8 p.m. Then Dominica on the 11th at 5:30 p.m. And then they will play Turks and Caicos at 8 p.m. Trust me, they're not all easy games. I believe me when me tell you that they're not all easy games. But again, I'm fine with this roster. I'm fine with this roster. Looking at the other groups in Group B, other Group B action, You have Haiti, Grenada, Cayman Islands, Barbados, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Think I'll dodge and bullet with that group there. Think I'll dodge and bullet with a group. In other news, Argentina and Egypt just played to what I thought was another good game in the FIFA World Cup. And what did we say yesterday, Kerio? The team and them that will come into this World Cup and believe you can defend 15, 20 minutes worth of football, you must lose. That's what happened now. 2-0, Argentina, Egypt up 1-0, have a disallowed goal, and then hit Argentina upon the counter off of a penalty, off of a corner. And then start sit back more and more and more. Now, what I would say about Argentina, as I mentioned already, Argentina reminds me of 2014 Germany. When the pressure on and they need a goal, then they just huff it up field. Then sit back, ping it around, pass it around, move it around, ping, 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 until they find what they need. When they scored the first goal, me and Kerry will sit down and me say, oh boy, why did they get the next one, boy? And when they got the next one, let me tell you how important sports is. If Argentina got the next one and it wasn't Messi, people would believe that Messi can get one. They would think that Messi can get the third. But you see, when the second one was Messi, just out of nowhere. Like, before the goal, I said, Kerry, this look fishy. I had the goal coming from somebody else. And when they see the ball, there's a ricochet back out to Messi. Like, this is just how greatness follows. This is how sports and greatness work. Can we say, oh, yeah. But this is how greatness and sports work, right? The ball could have fallen to 10 other players on the field for that second goal. The ball could have been scored by the initial header, but the ball just pop up in the box to Lionel Messi. And of course, he makes no mistake. When that happened and they said 7 minutes extra time, me say to carry you. I said to carry you and them, listen. This game you're not gonna fret. This game cannot see the end. This Messi now make this see pass extra time. And that is just what happened. The game ain't reached that far. So when it's all said and done, the World Cup, the World Cup is spicing up. No, I think a lot of people are saying the best World Cup was 2014. Me think this one might be the best World Cup off of the basis, especially for people in the Caribbean, because we saw Caribbean nations in the World Cup. Saw Caribbean countries in the World Cup. This World Cup had everything. It had solid performances by smaller teams. You saw Haiti. This World Cup had Caribbean teams securing points. Curacao secured a point in the World Cup. The World Cup had in the early stages upsets. Paraguay beat Germany. That was definitely an upset. Morocco beating Netherlands wasn't really an upset, but we'll take it as an upset. You saw DR Congo fight for their life against England. You saw Cape Verde fight for their life against Argentina. Australia fought for their life against Egypt. Then you saw in the next round, Spain and Portugal fought to the end. Brazil and Norway fought. You saw Norway to show them, yeah, I'll run this town now. Mexico and England, a battle. Tonight you see Switzerland and Colombia. Remember me tell you, it'll be a nice game. So for the people who are thinking that the route for Argentina gets easier, trust me. If Colombia win this game and play against Argentina, it's a next dogfight. South American rivals. France-Morocco is going to be a good game. Spain-Belgium, going to be a tactically good game. Norway-England. Haaland wants to see English players. He loves to see them. He loves to see English players. English players don't love to see Haaland. That is a fact. English players don't love to see Haaland. Lionel Messi just went 8 goals for the lead at the top of the competition. He's making his maybe what might be his last World Cup very memorable. Again, you're locked into the Endgame Sports Show. My name is Adrian Constant. We are now 5 days a week. Don't worry, we are restructuring the show. We'll have a co-host and we'll have some more. This is the Endgame Sports Show. Stay tuned. Coming up next is my good brother. Yeah, he on 5 days a week too. The handsome gorilla with the Drive Time Show, Pastor Cavassier. Passing it over to you, brother.
WTPAntigua.com.
Matter of Fact, a program geared towards discussing the issues, constructive dialogue,